Several salaried persons having losses from futures and options often skip reporting them in their tax returns. By doing this, they miss out on the tax benefits attached to the losses. Hello everyone, I'm Annapurna, and in this video, let me share how to disclose profits or loss from futures and options trading in your income tax returns. It is important to report all sources of income in your income tax returns. Likewise, even if you made negligible gain or loss on F&O trading during the year, but the total income exceeds yearly basic threshold limit of Rs 2.5 lakh, then you will have to disclose these details. Before we move on to the ITR reporting aspects, let us briefly recap F&O trading, that is futures and options trading. Futures and options are stock derivatives in the share market. Investors want to profit out of the changes in the price of futures, which can go up or down. They do not intend to hold the possession of the underlying security. For example, Nifty futures or Reliance Industries Limited options, where Nifty and the stock of the Reliance Industries Limited are the underlying assets. They want to reduce the loss through hedging, or they may want to earn profits out of speculation. Under Income Tax Act, profits or loss from F&O trading is considered as non-speculative income, and tax must be paid on the profits at applicable rates as per your tax slab. Every individual must report the profits or loss from F&O trading, including the intraday trading, as business income, unless there are just 2 or 3 F&O trades done during the entire financial year. They must report under the head Profits and Gains from Business or Profession. You can claim the deduction of expenses on F&O trading if it's reported as business income, such as subscription to journals on trading, professional consultancy fees incurred during a year, brokerage commission, internet and telephone bills, so on. Remember to maintain proper records of bills and receipts and ensure that the spending is done via check or bank transfers and not in cash. As far as the ITR form is concerned, an F&O trader will have either of the two options for reporting, that is ITR 3 or ITR 4. ITR 3 must be used if he is not going for presumptive taxation, or he is having huge turnover from business, in this case F&O trading, that exceeds the tax audit limit, or in any general scenario to claim enough expenses. Or ITR 4 must be used if he is opting for presumptive taxation scheme under section 4480, where a certain percentage of income, say 6% or 8% as the case may be, is offered for tax, assuming that the turnover is below Rs 2 crore. So how does one calculate the turnover for F&O trading? Turnover is cumulative of 3 components as displayed on your screens. Whether or not the figures are coming negative, you will have to add them up, that is, cumulative total of the profits, the losses, as well as the premium spent. The income tax law makes it mandatory for a person having business income to maintain books of accounts if the income exceeds certain limit. You will have to maintain books of accounts if the total annual income exceeds Rs 2.5 lakh or the gross receipts exceed Rs 25 lakh per annum in any of the 3 preceding financial years for an existing business, or in the first year in case of a new business. As an F&O trader, you will have to maintain trading statements, expense receipts or bills, and bank account statements. As discussed earlier, tax audit will apply to you if total annual turnover exceeds Rs 1 crore or Rs 5 crore as the case may be in the previous year. You will have to get your books of accounts audited by a chartered accountant and submit the audit report along with the tax returns. If you fail to maintain books of accounts or fail to get the books audited by a chartered accountant, then you will have to end up paying penalties as per Income Tax Act. Tax audit under section 44AB will also apply to taxpayers who opt for presumptive taxation scheme if they declare an income lower than the usual percentage and such income after setting off the F&O trading loss or any other business loss exceeds the basic threshold limit of Rs 2.5 lakh. For more information about tax audit and presumptive taxation scheme, visit the page links given in the description below. Coming to the tax benefits, the single most important reason to file with F&O trading details is that you will be able to get the benefit of losses incurred. It can be adjusted against income from other remaining heads such as rental income or interest income. However, you will not be able to adjust against salary income. Suppose there is a loss that is lying as balance from F&O trading in a year. It can be carried forward for up to 8 years, but then such set-off can happen only with non-speculative income. For illustrations on how to report F&O trading along with the turnover calculation, please visit the page link given in the description box below. Also, do like and share my video. Post your queries in the comment section below and don't forget to subscribe to ClearTax channel. Thank you.